Presale properties can be a great solution for end users and investors alike. And today we are excited to make an announcement that will give you first access to exclusive projects throughout the Lower Mainland. Hey everyone, it's Ryan Dash here with the Vancouver Life Real Estate Group, and I'm joined by my partner, Dan Wertel. And it's not news, it's no secret to anybody that the resale market has been pillaged over the last 20 months and inventory are all-time record lows. So is it really any wonder that the presale market is exploding? Not really. We want to bring your attention to the presale market. We also want to identify some projects that we think are exciting and upcoming, some of the benefits and drawbacks, but mostly we want to talk about and make an announcement that we have a new partnership exclusive to both Dan and myself. And this will allow you exclusive access to some of these really cool projects. And we're going to talk about why exclusive access makes all the difference.
Exactly. Yeah, we are excited today. So a little bit about pre-sales, whether you're new to them or have a bit of an understanding. Pre-sales can make a lot of sense to both investors and end users. Depends on your time horizon. Quite often you're not competing for a pre-sale unit like you will be most likely in the resale space. There are ways to potentially benefit off of an appreciating market without having to pay things like a mortgage or property taxes, etc. We're going to expand a lot on that in an upcoming episode that we're going to tell you about. But today it's more about the announcement and the exclusive access. Brian, why don't you just share it with everybody? Let's just get right to it.
So Dan and myself, we have a unique partnership that we've set up with Key Marketing in the Lower Mainland. Key Marketing is a pre-sale developer, and they are a marketing focused company, right? So they work and specialize with developers, and they launch new towers, they launch townhome projects and single family projects and so on. And this is all throughout the Lower Mainland. It's important to understand, though, that Key does not represent buyers. They solely represent the developer, right? So whereas there's a lot of marketers where they'll represent both, this allows real estate agents and buyers alike to work independently as opposed to acting with impunity. So that's a really exciting partnership, because you know as well as we do that at least in the resale side of things, if you get access to a property first and you have an opportunity to acquire that property before anybody else, that's a huge savings typically, right? And two, it ensures that you get into the market. And these are two really, really important reasons that we want to lean on in today's episode, because if you have first access to any given project, whether it's a townhome project or whatever it is, that exclusive access, that ability to get in first, that ability to be in phase one is what will make you, it's the difference between making money and not making money. It's also, as an investor, it's also the difference between acquiring the right floor plan and not getting the right floor plan. As an end user, being in the right tower versus being on a busy street. There are so many reasons that being able to get into these properties first, it makes all the difference. So Dan, why don't we talk about kind of what Key's going to be bringing to market? I mean, we're going to have our own in-depth, maybe this is a good time for this. We're going to have our own in-depth conversation at some point here with the sales director at Key Marketing and the CEO. There'll be 2 episodes, and we're going to go into far greater detail about what to buy, how to buy it, and all the things that you need to do in order to prepare yourself. And today's episode is really more about how we are the avenue for that, and a little sort of previews to what Key is bringing to market here in the very near future.
Yeah, definitely important to note too that Key Marketing represents a wide cross-section of developers. So it's not like we're just going to bring you projects from a single developer. It's going to be from a whole bunch, and we're going to start unveiling those in the near future here. And a quick sort of backstory here, and quite recent news, is that the last five projects that Key Marketing brought to market were in Surrey, and all 5 sold out within 72 hours.
Holy
so
cow.
Huge demand out there right now for pre-sales. I think that's really speaks to what type of interest levels are there. So imagine you got into those projects first and got your first choice of the best units. That's what we want to bring to you guys. That's what we're offering here. Upcoming in 2022, they are going to have somewhere in and around 18 to 20 projects releasing across the Lower Mainland, and it's a cross section of home types as well. Townhomes, row homes, stack houses, condos. So we're gonna have some really exciting projects. It's gonna equate to somewhere around 10 to 11,000 units that you as our dedicated listeners will have access to if you work with us on these projects. So that's the kind of things that are upcoming when we're talking about numbers. If we want to talk about, let's say, the next 3 specific properties that we can offer you guys. First one is called Seasons. It is a bespoke collection of 19 luxury high-end townhomes on Vancouver's west side. It's 26 in Ash, if I remember correctly. After that, there's a project, a condo tower, 91 condos, like a tower, 24-story tower, coming to market in Metrotown. And the design of this is to basically have every single unit feel like a corner home. Very important.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. And number 3, we have a project coming up in Kerrisdale. It's called Carvin. It is a collection of lofts, 2 and 3 bed condos, and it is going to be right alongside the iconic Arbutus Greenway.
Ooh wee.
Yeah, so there's a quick little hint at what's coming, very top level, but we wanted to give you guys some insights here. And again, thanks to us, thanks to our partnership, you can have first access to all of these projects. There's going to be incentives offered. Sometimes there's going to be an improved deposit structure that we can get into. There's going to be potentially price incentives, and sometimes there's decorating allowances. It's going to be case by case. Some projects are available today with some fantastic incentives. And again, thanks to the partnership, thanks to us, we, the Vancouver Life, have special incentives you cannot get anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to that point, excuse me, to find out a lot more about what we're actually going to be bringing throughout the rest of the year, make sure you stay tuned in the coming weeks, because we are going to release an episode with Chris Scully, who is the director of sales with Key Marketing, and he's going to start the episode that we're going to have with him is really to largely talk about what to buy when you get yourself through the door, when you get an opportunity as a VIP in a first access launch. What should you buy? How do we buy the right unit? And so on and so forth. It's going to be a very, very valuable conversation, a lot of learning for either both new or seasoned investors and end users alike. And then hopefully we're going to take it one step further and bring both Chris and Cam, the CEO of Key Marketing, on an episode with us where we're going to talk more about what Key Marketing is and their project scale over probably the next few years, and what that means for you guys. Lastly, I think if you guys have interest in this, if you're a realtor or if you are a end user or an investor alike, if you're watching this on YouTube, just leave a comment or click on one of the links below. Either myself or Dan will reach out and get you involved. And if you're on the podcast, by all means, please reach out to info@thevancouverlife.com. That's info@thevancouverlife.com. Separate from subscribing and hitting the bell and liking this episode.
That's great. Thanks so much, Ryan. So we are wrapping it up there, but again, really excited to bring even more value to you guys, something a little bit more tangible today. Super excited. So again, reach out if you are interested or curious about pre-sale projects and special incentives along with first access. Thanks and have a great day.